Yo, what it dookie doo-doos? Welcome back to the Homies Podcast, bruh. I'm your host, Ellis. I'm happy to be back here. It's been a minute. Thank y'all for everybody for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe. The shit's gonna be like right here somewhere on the page. You're gonna see it popping up somewhere. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button for your boy. Much appreciated. And I know y'all wondering right now, where the hell is Melly Yella at? Where your partner at? Where the homie at? So yeah, something actually really good happened to my co-host Marcus. Something dope, and so I wanted to share it with y'all. So he got offered literally like a dream job back in California. So he had to go take that shit. You know, he out here doing that super Captain Planet Save the World type shit. So I just wanted to give a super shout out to him and say, hey bro, I love you, my brother from another. I'm super proud of you. I'm glad you're out here doing your shit, man. I'm glad you finally got that job that you wanted. So I appreciate you, man. But yo, don't be sad, everybody. He will be coming back every once in a while, or I'll be flying out there to Cali where he's at and doing shows and shit. So he'll be coming back. So don't be too sad and everything. And also I want to shout out to all the people that are firefighters and shit out there that are out here actually helping people. And we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And the police, y'all should learn some shit from them, man. Stop harassing the fuck out of people, man. Be cool out here. You don't ever hear nobody talking shit about firefighters. You feel me? So if this is your first time tuning into the Homies Podcast, so I'm gonna let y'all know what the Homies Podcast is, what it represents, what it's here about. So basically, I'm here for 3, 4, 5 reasons. I'll name some of them. So first couple reasons is I'm just here to entertain, educate, and motivate people. I talk about wild ass topics sometimes, but it's in no disrespect. It's just something that I want to get conversation started. I'm interested in the conversation I feel like a lot of people don't want to talk about or kind of try to skip over, which I just don't like doing. I think it's just something important that people need to talk about. So that's just what I do. But also, man, this is a platform where I can have my homies that are doing positive things in the world. I got homies that, you know, helping people with credit, that are chefs, people that are out here doing acting, real estate, and they actually have a lot of game. On top of them doing dope shit, I want to shout them out and bring attention to what they're doing. And also, I want to give game to people. These people have a lot of knowledge. They have a lot of insight on what they're doing. So you might be able to learn something, take something from it. And that's really all I care about. If you leave this podcast, listening to it, watching it, and you leave with something, hopefully something positive, whether it sparks a conversation, whether it leads you to be like, man, I need to go save and buy some stocks, or, you know, oh, I need to check out what homie's talking about. What's going on with this? As long as you leave here, I feel like with something positive, and that's more what I care about. So that's what I'm here doing it for. And also to shout out Phoenix, where we shooting this at. We're shooting this in Phoenix, Arizona. So I just wanted to shout out Phoenix to let y'all know it's more here than just fucking heat and cactuses and shit. There's a lot of shit to do here, and it's dope. It's a growing city, and I have a lot of people here that are movers and shakers that are helping grow in the city. So I just want to also shine light on them as well. And also, just letting y'all know, don't want to make anybody mad, but this shit is unapologetically fucking black. I am so sorry. Some of the shit I might say on here might rub people the wrong way. If it's due, you need to ask yourself why it's rubbing you the wrong way. And if you ever want to talk to me about some of the things that I say, please get in the comments. I'll be more than happy to address anything that's said on this podcast, because a lot of these thoughts are well thought out. This ain't really shit that I'm just spewing out of nowhere. So I like to have the debate, again, a calm debate with people about the topics that I talk about. So please, hit me. We're going to be doing lives. I'm going to be doing all types of shit just to engage with y'all more, because I want to talk to y'all more, man. I want to know what y'all want to talk about, what y'all want to hear. So that's what's going to be coming here for the near future, so y'all look out for that. And also, too, like I told y'all before, we got that merch coming, so y'all look out for that. And we got the homies hotspots coming. I got my homie Junior from Yuma. Shout out to Junior Garcia. He's going to be coming down, helping me shoot that. Me linking up with a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of owners out here. Whether it be restaurants, whether it be bookstores, whether it be whatever that's going on in the city that's positive. that I just want to shine light on because they're just dope. That's what we're going to be sliding up to. So y'all get ready for that. It's going to be dope as fuck. That's the shit I'm excited about. I'm getting to eat and do shit and really go fuck with people, get outside this room and go fuck with people. COVID kind of had, motherfuckers on lockdown, so it's going to be really good to get out and be able to touch and talk to people. So yeah. Just like we do every week, man, we're going to get right back into it. We got some topics and shit to talk about. We've been gone for a little bit, so we got some things we need to talk about. And the one thing that's been swirling around my topic feed for the last couple of days, oh man, is this, again, not trying to be disrespectful, I'm just doing it off of how I know. This man-girl swimmer, I like to call it. I don't know what the hell, if it's a girl, boy. She says she wants to be named as a girl. My overall thought process on that, if y'all just want to know, just like I said before, I don't want to be disrespectful to nobody. I want everybody to be able to have rights and not to be able to be discriminated against, not have no bullshit happen to them, no violence happen to them. But people, some of this shit is weird. And I'm so sorry. Just like if I saw a polar bear riding a goddamn tricycle down the street, yeah, that's fucking weird. And I'm not going to try to be like, oh, that's completely normal. It is not. Man, sometimes it's okay to be weird. But don't make me feel weird because you're doing some weird shit and now we want to act like it's normal. That's not normal. I'm sure if I went to any one of my friends and told them, hey guys, I'm going to cut my dick and balls off, I'm just going to become a woman tomorrow, they would be like, this nigga needs some help. He needs to go talk to somebody. He needs a hug, something. Something went wrong or left. It's like, be happy with yourself, man. Be happy with who you are. And I feel like sometimes people aren't really. And that's what kind of leads to that. But again, I'm not a therapist. I don't know this. I'm not a psychologist. So I don't know this. But it's just weird. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up in particular is because I'm a former athlete. I have a lot of friends that are athletes or former athletes. And we've been talking about this topic a lot lately. And, so let me just give you a little backstory of who this person is. What's her name? Leah Thompson. What is that name? Is that the name? Leo Thomas. I'm so sorry. So, 24 years old, trans swimmer at the University of Pennsylvania. As a man, before he switched over to the women's side, as a man, he was ranked 554 in the 200 freestyle. He was ranked 65th in the 500 freestyle, and he was ranked 32nd in the 1,650 freestyle. So, as a man, he was below average. Like, you weren't top 10, you weren't top 25 at no time. So you really, you're a D1 athlete, so don't get me wrong, like, obviously you're a good swimmer. You probably definitely outswim me, male, or when you switched over to the women's side, I'm sure you can outswim the fuck out of me, but from a male standpoint on that D1 level, it's like, you really weren't that guy like that. But, switched over to the women's side, homie out here winning motherfucking gold medals. Now, first I want to ask my female listeners, my women listeners out there, how do y'all feel about this shit? Like, I kind of feel like since this trans shit been coming out, again, I'm not a woman, so I can't speak for y'all perspective, I just kind of felt like a lot of this shit has been, like, mad disrespectful. Like, Caitlyn Jenner winning Woman of the Year. I don't feel disrespected. Like, Caitlyn Jenner never had to have a period. You ain't never been discriminated against because you're a woman. You've never had to go through the awkwardness or of being in a room full of dudes and feeling awkward. You've never had to go through those things as a woman. So it's kind of weird that you are now just being like, I'm going to be a woman. And that's what I'm doing. It's like, there's some things, man, you can't change. If I could, nigga, I'm Idris Elba tomorrow. I want y'all to address me as such. I'm going to say that all the time. Like, you call me Ellis, I'm going to trip the fuck out. No, we can't do that, bro. And shit, that transition it makes more sense. I am a black man and he's a black man too. And I still can't do that shit. It still does not make sense. So, I just don't... I don't approve of it in that sense. And from an athletic standpoint, it's unfair. Like, the male counterpart to the female counterpart, the male counterpart will always be better when we're talking about athletics. I'm so sorry. I know there's a lot of women out there that play sports and they're like, bust is that? No. You take the best woman in whatever sport, you take one of the worst. In this situation. Took one of the worst dudes in swimming, and he's out here winning gold in the women's side. That just shows you the difference. Even though, let's be clear, when he won, I think he won the 500 freestyle, he didn't win by much. He beat old girl by like a second or so. Which, you know, kind of like in track, you know, you beat somebody by a second. That's actually, like, you run 100 meters, you beat somebody by a second, like, you beat the shit out of them. But it was a lot closer than what we all thought it was going to be. And the race was pretty close until, like, the last, I think, literally, like, the last lap. And these women that lost to him, they're not, like, they're nobodies. Like, they're silver. I think that lost are both, like, silver medalists in the Olympics. So these are, like, actually good swimmers. So that just makes me feel weird. Like, bro, like, it's basically like cheating. It's like a guy that's not that good in the man's side can go over to the women's side and just dominate. And what that could possibly do for women's sports, I feel like if we open up that can of worms, bro, it could be horrible. But, which is fucked up, I feel like nobody's going to notice that is fucked up until they start letting men and women compete in combat sports. That's when it's going to be like, okay, this is... I can't imagine like a trans woman, man, whatever you want to call it, trying to fight an actual born woman. It would be a bloodbath, bro. And then everybody's gonna be watching on TV like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't be doing this equality shit because he beat her fucking face in the juice. Like, yes, this is crazy. No, there's a reason why they have a WNBA and an NBA. Yes, there's some women in the NBA that are nice. Yeah, Diana Taurasi probably played me one-on-one, she'd probably kill me. Like, yes, these women are nice, but again, you play a LeBron, you playing dudes in the NBA, it's not going to work out like that. They're just way faster, more athletic. They're skilled. And especially now in the NBA, like, people are more skilled probably now than ever. It's just not going to work. And again, this ain't being sexist, nothing like that. There's even evidence of this before in other sports, like Battle of the Sexes. Even Venus and Serena. Back in like 99, 2000, her sister was like, we could beat any man. Y'all should look this up, so make sure I ain't lying. They had an interview and they said basically any man that's ranked in the not ranked in the top 200, they could beat. So this dude, he's from another country. I think he might have been German or something. He was just ranked like 203 or 4. He was like, I'll play y'all. And from what I hear from the articles, they said that homie was being mad disrespectful, like smoking and drinking and shit before he played him. And he beat Serena 6-0. And then Venus saw it and was like, I gotta go out there and try to rep for my sister. And she went out there and got beat 6-1. So again, and this is when they both were ranked. Like Venus, I think at the time was ranked higher than Serena. She was probably like number 1, number 2 in the world. Serena was still in the top 10. And it was all bad. It was all bad. So, again, I respect women athletes, and that's why I want to, like, preserve y'all shit. Like, no, women, like, we all are athletes, but no, that's y'all sport. That's y'all thing. Why I don't want men coming over and basically taking the shine and the light from y'all. I don't think that's fair. But, again, I'm not a woman, so I guess you got to talk to y'all. I want to ask y'all, again, women, how y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel weird? Do y'all think it's fair? Do y'all want to compete with men? Should we dissolve all female leagues and just have one league? If you're good enough to play, hey, you in there. But I feel like if you did that, it'll only be the elite of the elite women playing, and then the rest will fall to the wayside. And it's just like, how many female athletes are going to suffer because of that? That shit is, I don't know. Like I said, I don't like it. But hopefully, again, this shit does not bleed over into any physical sports like football or boxing or UFC. Because if so, that shit is going to be terrible. It is going to be scary. And I just don't think we should do that. So, yeah. That's one of those topics, man. It even add on to that. Caitlyn Jenner. Bruh, Caitlyn Jenner was even like, nah, I don't fuck with him. That's crazy to me. Caitlyn Jenner, the motherfucker that was an Olympian, by the way, as a man, then did the transition over to a woman, Because I feel like even Caitlyn Jenner being a trans woman now still understands it from an athletic standpoint. He's like, no, like, he's like, I'm 60-something, 70-something years old, but if I was to probably race any of the Kardashians right now, I could still outrun probably all these chicks in pumps. Like, he's still a world-class athlete, and he understands the difference. Or she. Again, no disrespect, I'm so sorry. I'm speaking about him in past tense when he was Bruce, but now in Caitlyn, he's like, nah, I don't fuck with it. And even that, are you guys tired of doing that, like, mental gymnastics about that shit? Like, using the right pronoun and making sure you say the right thing. Again, no disrespect to nobody, but that shit is confusing. You're either a he or a she. They want to be a they, and y'all is trying to change the English language out this motherfucker. Like, no, I'm not gonna call you a they. Like, what? That don't even make no damn sense. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna play these weird, not again, sound racist, these weird white games, bro. Like, these is white people that approve of this shit. That's why it's making it acceptable. If Latinos or niggas tried to do this shit, they'd be like, this is weird. No, you're trying to tear down the fabric of America. It would be a whole type of thing. So yes, I personally don't approve of it. Oh, bruh. But also, something else I wanted to talk about. So, since it's Women's History Month, I wanted to shout out to this woman that I've been watching on TV, Judge Katanji Brown Jackson. I wanted to make sure I said that right. First of all, that's a black ass name, and I love it. Gosh, that's makes my heart sing just to have a name like that. And you're nominated, by Sleepy Joe. But again, you did something right, I guess, with that. Nominated her, but she's been doing this thing, her confirmation, and it's basically, it almost seems like the interview process, where they're basically asking you questions about your past career, your trials, what you've done. If you haven't checked that, go on YouTube, go check those out. It's kind of wild. I ain't even gonna lie. This shit had me be like, they're asking her some weird ass questions, and real personal ass questions. On top of that, some of the questions make sense. You want to make sure that she's not biased in any way. She's about to be a Supreme Court justice, so you don't want to make sure she's biased in some ways. But the way Ted Cruz and the way Tom Cotton from Arkansas was coming at her, them questions was like basically trying to paint the woman out to seem like she was like a fucking letting child pornography people and molesters out of jail early, and it was just not cool. Y'all, but again, go back and watch it, because again, it makes me want to go back and watch other judges' confirmation. Like, yo, did they come at these other people hard like this, or is it just her? Because yeah, it's kind of crazy. They kept speaking to other things that didn't even apply to the job or being a Supreme Court justice. But again, that goes into just being black, right? Everything you got to do, we got to be 2-3 times as better at the shit, because we're not going to get the fair shake. So, shout out to her for being able to do that and keep her composure, because some of the questions they would ask me, I would have flipped the fucking table over. Like, bro, you really, think of my mama watching this. I'll slap the shit out of you. Like, why are you asking me that? And even some of the other people, senators, people in Congress, they were just like, yeah, some of these questions that y'all asking are kind of wild. But y'all go back. Y'all go watch that. Again, look it up on YouTube. You can watch it. We'll probably even have a link somewhere in here where y'all can just go click and watch it. And y'all tell me what y'all think yourselves. It was kind of crazy. But again, coming with Supreme Court Justice, it's only 9 of them. That's a lot of powers, a lot of things that she's going to be able to have control of, or at least have a say in. Now, again, I don't know this woman personally. I don't know what kind of morals she has. I don't really know her career like that. So, I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, she's awesome, and she be on some sex shit kind of like Kamala Harris. Like, look at she's the first black vice president, but then you look at her track record of other shit that she's done before she did that, and it's like, you kind of trash a little bit, but okay. So, even though, again, you black, I fuck with that, sorry, but still, I want to see how you move and do your job and how you do certain things. So we'll see how that play out. So hopefully she'll know the for sure answer here in the next couple weeks. by like the first or second week of April. Didn't know if she in there or not. So just shout out to her. That's a big step for women. That's a big step for black women. So that's huge. That's huge because for the most part, it's looked nothing but white men. You know, we've had a couple black men on the Supreme Court justice. You know, Thurgood Marshall. We've had and right now I think Clarence Thomas is still on that thing, but you know, the more it looks like America, like Sleepy Joe was saying, I feel like it'll be a lot better. You know, you can't have a bunch of white men that's up there, just one demographic looking at things that one way. You need different angles, especially when you're talking about Supreme Court justices. So I think that shit is mad important. So y'all go check that, man. And yeah, and I don't like those questions they was asking them. Like, Tom Scott, Cotton, you need to chill the fuck out, bro. You gotta chill out with some of those. They're borderline insulting on some of the questions. But again, y'all tell me what y'all think. And also too, while we talking about local businesses and other things, I wanted to shout out. So if y'all see the hat I'm wearing, that's Black Love Apparel. They're a local brand out of Phoenix. Also, you know your boy be having the juice, straight up with the juice. So this is also a hoodie from a clothing brand out here called 21 Street. I'm gonna have all that information here so y'all can tag it. Go to their Instagram, go to their social medias. If y'all end up getting some, tell them that the Homies Podcast sent you. Because, you know, we just want to spread love out here, you know what I mean? Like the Brooklyn way, like my MBA say, you know what I mean? So, I just wanted to come back, let y'all know what's going on with the Homies Podcast. I wanted to shout out with you. This is how the podcast is going to be looking from now on, bro. And every once in a while, we will have guests on. And I will be asking for y'all requests. Like, what guests y'all want to see? What type of topics y'all want to talk about and learn about? Y'all want to learn about some more credit? Y'all want to learn about some real estate? You want to learn about food and cooking? I got all these people on, man, and ask these people these questions. So it's going to be dope. Y'all get ready for that. And again, I appreciate the fuck out of y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all again for tuning in to the Homies Podcast. Do the shit. We're going to be dropping every Wednesday. So y'all be ready for that. And again, man, I love y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. And please subscribe to the page if you haven't. Go tell somebody. Go tell a local crackhead. Go tell your mama, your daddy, everybody. Go hit the page, man. And again, I love y'all. I'll see y'all again next week. Peace.